Gatsby here after a 2-month-long cryogenic sleep for a video that's bound to be relevant again any day now. Like the second half of Squid Game Season 2, I've been meaning to get to finishing this video. However, unlike Squid Game 2.5, on the former home of Mecha Hitler and the current home of the most embarrassing thing Elon Musk has done so far, I had people asking when I would get back to my hobby of making videos, which led me to finish one of those things. As mentioned in my video, The Beginning of Social Media, Gen Z is synonymously known as the cable-cutting generation, and with their origins in the mail-order DVD service starting in August of 1997, and approximately 240,000 subscribers in 1999, going to over 1 million by 2001, Netflix went from begging Blockbuster to purchase them at a $50 million valuation in the year 2000, to permanently changing the landscape of video media consumption as a whole. With the arrival of their subscription-based online streaming service in January 2007, it resulted in a subscriber base of about 6.3 million users, at a fairly steep price of about $20 a month in 1997. Adjusted for inflation, that's almost $40 in 2025. Netflix provided a mail-order service that allowed users to receive DVDs in a prepaid return envelope, effectively circumventing the need to drive to the local Blockbuster, wait in line, and deal with a high school student that has an inability to provide the correct change. By 2007, Netflix acknowledged that the online streaming service was significantly more lucrative, and proceeded with a subscription model priced at $17.99 per month that would allow subscribers 3 DVD rentals alongside an allotment of 18 hours of streaming content per month. Adjusted for inflation, this is also known as a singular day's worth in 2025. Their success immediately changed the game, and by 2008, Netflix offered a $16.99 per month price structure to provide users with unlimited streaming hours, or the alternative, a $4.99 per month with 2 DVD rentals and gated streaming hours. It was at this point other industry giants like Apple began laying the foundation for their own video service platforms. But that same year, in August of 2008, Netflix had a major database corruption, which led the company to migrate all of its company data to Amazon's web service cloud, which ended up being a happy little coincidence as it would shore up many of the infrastructure concerns that Netflix would have as they began expanding into global markets, starting in September 2010 with Canada. By 2009, streaming overtook the DVD rental service, and in 2011, Netflix finally split their services into 2 separate subscriptions. For $8 a month, you could either have a DVD rental service, or a streaming service that regularly told you the things you're trying to watch are only available on the DVD service. This change upset some, being seen as the company nickel and diming their users to death. Also adjusted for inflation, this is known as basically exactly what we would expect from companies at this point in 2025. But that was just the beginning. Moving into 2013, a 4-screen streaming-only family plan priced at $11.99 was pushed to the market, followed up in 2014 with an $8 per month subscription that would provide a standard definition 1-screen streaming service experience, with the higher definition version being priced at $10.99 a month. Did you hear that? The floodgates have been opened. 2017, Premium is now a $14 a month. No, wait, sorry, 2018, $16 a month. No, I meant $18 in 2020. Actually, $20 in 2022. Look, it's not our fault, it's a round number. $23 fucking dollars for 23 years. Also, we're discontinuing the by mail service. Don't worry though, you can keep all the DVDs we sent you. Saves us the hassle of finding a big enough hole to bury them in. The year is 2025, and we currently have 3 subscription tiers. At $8 a month, you can watch Netflix with ads, to which, if I'm being completely serious, I'd rather not have to pause my viewing experience to listen to the Whopper song, in the middle of watching some Korean guy get gunned down for fucking up a game of hopscotch. At $18 a month, you can have the 1080p viewing experience minus the Whopper song, and at a staggering $25 a month, you can have the premium 4K viewing experience, also devoid of the Whopper song. I also failed to mention that in 2023, Netflix began heavily cracking down on password sharing, so please make sure all of the users live under the same house, otherwise we're gonna have to charge you an additional $7 per month, plus tip if you don't want to have to listen to that fucking Whopper song. Now, for those of you with attention spans not yet scrambled by the AI Facebook memes, you might be saying to yourself, Gatsby, you took the time at the beginning of the video to explain that in 1997, people were paying almost $40 a month. When you really think about it, at $25 a month, I'm saving money. Which, to that, I have to say go fuck. During that time, the service being provided was a physical DVD rental alongside a prepaid envelope. And up until 2023, password sharing was something so commonplace that even Netflix made a joke that aged about as as well as one would expect any joke from a major corporation. So their only crime was that they created a successful business model that became the new standard. What's the problem? Well, the entire reason as to why it was successful in the first place was due to how shit cable was. Cable cutters replaced their bloated cable subscriptions bundled with garbage with a singular streaming service that provided users a product that they actually wanted. However, at this point, these services are almost expected to fuck over the consumer. Services like HBO Max, then Max, now HBO Max alongside HBO Go and HBO Now, under the influence of CEOs like David Zaslav, regularly throw shows into legal rights purgatory by trading the rights of the shows like a game of Go Fish. Services like Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus are bundling together now to become the very thing we swore to destroy. And in worst case scenarios, we have mergers like the 2022 Crunchyroll merger, something that, to this day, I'm still shocked was allowed to be executed in the manner that it was, with Sony deciding to merge Crunchyroll and Funimation services, which sounds great on paper to the people who skinwalk their favorite flavor of the month shonen anime, but for anyone born before 9/11, Crunchyroll was known for absolutely killing the fan-subbing community, with the expectation that subscriptions would help bolster the anime community in the West. And in the present day, we have a service that uses auto-generated AI captions on their main platform, resulting in them being too lazy to subtitle in English dub and do whatever the hell this shit is. So for all the Crunchyroll users who subscribed with the belief that it supported the anime industry, it's great to see that their money was used to solidify a monopoly and vomit up High Guardian Spice. Rest assured though, after the merger, your access to Crunchyroll's vast anime library isn't going anywhere. Your Funimation digital library, however, can kick fucking rocks. Back to Netflix. At best, services like Netflix got people to watch media that they might have never watched in the first place. However, at its worst, Netflix actively hurts their own shows due to a desire to appease binge culture. Squid Game at its core is part of the death game genre, and it was incredible to see it make the rounds despite the average American refusing to read. But that didn't stop Netflix from cutting the second season in half and killing all momentum the show had going for it. Stranger Things starts in 1980, covering events that happen over the course of 7 years. It's been 9 years since that show began. Stone Ocean dropped 12 episodes on December 1st, 2021 in a singular day. 9 months later, September 1st, 2022, we got another 12 episodes, and 3 months after that, we concluded with the final 12. Instead of having people marathon through 12 episodes in a single weekend to forget about it after 9 months, how hard would it have been to release these episodes on a weekly schedule to get people to keep talking about the show week to week? Oh, right, because then you wouldn't have 3 separate opportunities to try and get their free trials to run out and put them with the bill. Netflix isn't even the only guilty party here with Season 2 of Invincible on Amazon Prime. It was 8 episodes long, and I understand wanting to end on a dramatic cliffhanger, but a 4-month-long break in the middle of an 8-episode season? At least we got the Bees video out of it, but come on, man. All of this to say, I just wanted to talk about how aggressively anti-consumer video media subscription services are starting to feel. But it's not even the only thing people subscribe to at this point. Things like Spotify or Apple Music at $11.99 a month, services like Amazon Prime sitting at $14.99 per month, game services like PlayStation Plus at $80 for the year or the Xbox Game Pass for $20 a month. God forbid you actually spend money on Twitch or Zitter subscriptions. Hell, you can't even use Microsoft Office anymore without these assholes trying to squeeze you for a monthly subscription on an offline software you installed on your computer. What service are they even providing? The topic of these bloodthirsty subscription models has always frustrated me, but recently it had me actively questioning how sustainable this whole business model is for the average consumer. How long until people start rallying around a new figure of speech? Maybe something like subscription severing or, oh, I've got it, maybe...
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Flame Grill taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day.